Okay, good morning. This is Prophet Rohei Nabi saying shalom to everyone. The 12 tribes of Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever part of the world that you're in. I just want to come on here with a teaching, and I hope that this can encourage you. It's a hard topic. And if you read the description of this video, you can see how hard it is. It's quite hard. I was watching a video that was shared by this guy that's an Israelite, and his name is Issachar. That's the name he goes by, Issachar. And he's an Israelite brother, and he does some good work. I enjoy his videos, the information and content that he puts out. But he showed this video that was very disturbing to me. I'm very disturbed by this kind of stuff. Very much so. Because it represents everything that we shouldn't be for. I don't know what's going on with this YouTube here. And I want to show you what has happened to the baby boomer generation and the Generation Xers, my generation. I want to show you what we're dealing with here, y'all. I want to show you what we're dealing with. Let me get my audio all tight and everything here. Baby, you see that beats fill in that kitchen? What did I do with it? Is it in the kitchen? Did I take it in the kitchen? I mean, in the dining room? It should. No, honey, look where it's at. Right next to me. I was looking right at it the whole time. So I want to share this video with you. And
privileged today to be here with my brother, Al Harris. He is an accountant. He is a Jesus follower. He's a man.
Now, look at what he first said. When he asked them what are reparations, he said, reparations are to repay a wrong. That's what he said. That's the first thing that this guy gentleman said. Watch this, y'all. You're going to see this guy turn into a demon.
A specific
and I'm talking about the Israelite here. You're about to see him morph right into a most hideous demon. Now, notice that the Caucasian guy don't want there to be any confusion or any accusation that they are minimizing what happened to us. That's why he spells this out. He's really taken aback by everything that this guy's about to say. So he's just putting it really out there to let them know, yeah, we know how hideous it was. We know how satanic we was. We know how demonic we were to your people. And this is what you believe reparation is based on your own definition. And he's sitting there happy. I think this guy's just sitting here happy like this with a nice little smile on his face. He's happy just to be able to talk to a white man. He's just happy that a white man wants to know how he feels. See, white approval again. I think that's why he's sitting here looking so pleasant and affable. But let me keep going.
of the wrong.
Now listen to what the Caucasian is saying. He's talking to the black guy and telling him the wrong has clearly been there. Watch this.
The question.
Now he's going to even really double down on his description of what happened to us with a story. See if this story even moves the Israelite that's sitting here. See what impact that his story, his recounting of a story, an historical event that happened, see how it impacts this man here.
A man by the name.
I want y'all to really look at the expressions of the face of the black guy here, the so-called black guy. Really look at his face as he hears this recount story by one of the descendants of the people who did this to us. Just look at his face. Really hone in on his face. He really just happy to talk to a white man. He just really happy that a white man want to know something, want to tap his brain. He just happy. He just one of these happy Negroes. But let's keep going. See, look, y'all. Look, I be trying to teach this kind of stuff and people fight against it all the time. The first thing he said was, but. Y'all hear that? A man with 16 children is lynched because he won't sell something at a certain price to one of his enemies. And the first thing this nigga says is, but. Can you believe this, y'all? Y'all, this is hideous. This is hideous, y'all. It's people alive that are black in our families that think like this. Oh boy, I don't want to say nothing too rough, y'all. Boy, something should happen to these people. I'm going to leave it there right now because I can tell I'm about to go off. Something should happen to them, y'all. Yeah, even when they're in our family, something should happen to them. Look, I gotta play that over, y'all. We don't we take all this stuff lightly, you know.
Led to
Okay, so the first word he said is right, right. But the reason why he's saying right, right twice, because he really want to get to the but. But now listen to what he says. See, y'all don't understand why this conversation is titled the way it's titled. Y'all don't understand why I titled this topic the way I titled it. You don't really understand that. Look what this guy's about to say, y'all.
we don't want to multiply.
We don't want to multiply victims. Look at the way he said this. Look how he looks right into White Daddy's eyes and say that. He wants to reassure White Daddy, we don't want to multiply victims. Nobody said nothing about multiplying victims. That's not what he's asking you, coon. He's asking you, should the wrong be repaired? That's all he asks you. And what do the house slaves worry about? Oh, well, we don't want to multiply victims. That's not even the concern right now. The concern right now is repairing the victims. You see how he shifted the narrative and made the perpetrators the victim right away with the first thing he says? Y'all, you're going to have to learn how to be able to discern these type of people when you are in relationships with them, when you meet people casually. You got to be able to discern this stuff real quick. You can't be having a relationship with a man like this for many, many years and you don't know he's like this. But he's giving you every indication that he is like this. This guy is a demon. He said that's the key. He said the key is not repairing. The key is not multiplying victims of the perpetrators. The key is not making victims of the perpetrators. That's what he's more concerned about. What's going to happen to the enemy? The external enemy. And by default of thinking like that, it makes him an internal enemy.
At this point,
we're not 7 generations from no slavery. We're not 7 generations from slavery. See? We are not 7 generations from slavery, y'all. Jim Crow was another form of slavery. We 70 or 8, two or three generations away from that. But he got to put it as far away, as far back as possible. Why? Because he's concerned about multiplying enemies. He's not concerned about multiplying enemies. He's concerned about the discovery of enemies. That's why he got to say 7 generations. See, this guy's a demon, y'all. I know he looked pleasant and look all fatherly and stuff and Bill Cosby-ish. This guy is a demon. No. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Issachar. No, it's not. See, y'all, I'm going to tell you something. I'm trying to be nice here. I'm really trying to be nice because I got a few choice words here. Y'all, I'm just going to say it. People like this should be killed. They really should be killed. And I think they should be killed all the way back to the third generation of anybody in their family that are sympathizers. If there's a record of any sympathizer, they should be killed. That's just me. I know it's not time for that right now. I get it. It's not time for that right now. I get it. Y'all, this guy is very wicked. I know he look all nice and cute, like in Bill Cosby-ish and stuff. But y'all, this guy is a damn demon. If we don't, okay, no, it's not time for us to start killing these type of people. Let me make sure I say that. It's not time to be killing and hunting down these type of people. But what we should be doing is marginalizing these people. And don't think that there are no Israelites that think like this. There are some camps that think just like this guy. There are camps that thinks just like this man, but they do it secretly. Y'all, you might as well forget about destroying any external enemies when you have internal enemies that are like this man. This man loves being around white people. He loved the attention that white people give them. And anything that's for our people, he got a but. But we need to be able to chronicle specific cases. Why it's got to be specific? Why do all the cases have to be specific when slavery and abuse and killing and feeding our children to alligators was something that was generally happening? It generally happened that way, but now you want to make it specific. You really have to know when you're talking to a demon. I don't care how soft they talk, y'all. I don't care how fluffy they look. I don't care how much of the love of Christ they have in their eyes. You better know that you're talking to a demon. This guy sounds just like Steve Harvey. The reason why this man here is sitting here talking about everything that we go through has to be specific so we don't multiply victims. He gonna make the perpetrators of slavery into victims. victims. I want to tell you why. Because he loves his career, y'all. He loves his paycheck. He loves the fact that he's getting retirement benefits. He's going to have a pension when he retires from doing his accounting business. And he don't want to mess that up. You see? Exactly. Let me greet some of the people in my room because I was on another page. I didn't see y'all come in. Hey, good morning, Hadassah. Y'all. Good to see you. Hope all is well with your husband and your children, your beautiful children, your beautiful husband. May the Most High bless you all. Just Teach P. Holmes, what's going on, brother? Shalom to you and your wife and your son. TJ Coops, 81. Good to see you. Shalom to you and your family. Israel Ark of Yah, shalom to you and your family. May the Most High bless you 1,000-fold. New Life. The sound keeps cutting out on the video. I'm sorry about that, New Life. Shalom to you. Good morning. Pamela Lumpkin. Shalom to you. Good to see you this morning, Pamela. May the Most High bless you and your family 1,000-fold. So this man is not going to try to protect his wife from a white man. This man is not going to protect his wife from any person that is not black. Now, I think he would protect his family from a person that's black because he's probably a card-carrying NRA member. It's really sad, y'all. It really breaks my heart to see our black men talking this way. It really breaks my heart. And it lets me know that they are enemies. I don't feel sorry for them. Whatever comes to them, I'm going to praise the Most High. I'm going to dance the jig. Anything bad happens to them, I'm going to praise and bless the Most High. And I'm going to say thank you to the Most High for whatever bad happens to him and his family for 3 generations. See, it's people like this that need to be made an example of so others know that there are going to be some consequences for this type of behavior. Let's keep going.
No, it's not. It's not difficult at all.
I want y'all to really see the clip. I'm fast forwarding it.
Straight over and
Now look at this. Martin Luther King is sitting here telling us, he's standing here telling us that it became an act of Congress to disenfranchise black people. That wasn't something specific. That's something that they generally did. But you got this Negro sitting up here talking about, well, we got to have specific cases. Well, one is being cited right here in a recording by Dr. Martin Luther King. And he sold us out too. He sold us out too. That's not to take away any good thing he did, but he did sell us out.
Standpoint, like I said, we're still
Right. Exactly. Okay. Now, Martin Luther King knew all of this. And he was talking about being nonviolent. But everything he's describing is very violent. Everything that Martin Luther just described was violent towards us. They taking our tax dollars and giving their own people benefits. And don't worry, we're going to get back to that banking thing with the Freedmen's Bank. I'm going to do another part 2 on that. Don't worry. See? Now, when Congress made laws, when Congress was giving out grants to all these Caucasian people, that wasn't something specific. That was something generally. Matter of fact, the people today that are Caucasian, the reason why they have better homes than us is because of what Martin Luther King just talked about. The land grant colleges, low interest rates. That's why they have better homes than us, y'all. The whole federal government was backing white people. So I don't know how you think you're going to go to school, get a good education, and be up there with white people. You're not. They didn't even get what they got by doing that. They got a hand out and a hand up.
And there's another general principle.
Now, he said, should we punish the sons for the father's sin? Ezekiel 18:20. The son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the fathers, nor the father suffer for the iniquity of the son. Yeah. But what's the context of Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 20? The context of Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 20 is this. The son shall not suffer the iniquity of the father if the son is not doing the same thing. Nor the father suffer the iniquity of the son if he didn't train his son to do the wickedness. That's the context of Ezekiel 18:20. Because when you go to Isaiah 14, let's look at that. Let's look at that. Maybe let's go to Ezekiel 20. I mean, Exodus 20. Exodus 20. Let's go to Exodus 20. So it says here, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Yeah, the son does not have to suffer the iniquity of the father if the son is not living the same way the father lived. And the father don't have to suffer the iniquity of the son if the father is not complicit in the way that the son is living. That's the context, y'all.
Guilty.
Let me just go to Isaiah 14:21, the first scripture I was going to go to anyway. It says, prepare slaughter for his children. Why? For the iniquities of their fathers. Obviously, these children are living the same way and benefiting the same way the fathers did. That they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. And it said the same thing in Ezekiel 18.
20. Okay, this is the 20. This city,
It shall die. Exactly. Yeah, they're the heirs of slavery. They're the heirs of slavery. I really want to hear the conversation between Let's go back. I want to hear this. Now look at this, y'all. Y'all sitting here with me listening to this. It benefited them generally, and it disenfranchised us generally. So why are you talking about this foolishness about, well, we need specific cases? The specific case is the general case that we were slaved, and it benefited all white people, even immigrants that came over here. Yeah, even immigrants. Even immigrants that were not slaveholders were benefited by slavery. Why? Because they walked into a country that was already built by us. Generally. But this black guy on here, he talking about, yeah, we got to find specific cases. It was 7 generations ago. That's a lie. Y'all, we cannot have people on our side that's not for our nation. I don't care who it is, husband, wife, son, daughter, grandmama, granddaddy, mother-in-law. I don't care. I don't give a damn. Kick them to the curb. Keep them away from your children. They are your enemy. They don't love black people. They love the bag that they can get from white mommy, white daddy. And then on top of that, y'all, the bag that they let us have got crumbs in it. That's all they've been giving us, y'all, is crumbs. Even if the crumbs is millions of dollars, as a people, we are still disenfranchised. Even if there are a couple of millionaires among us or billionaires among us, we're still disenfranchised, y'all, as a people. Y'all hear that, y'all? Cotton provided half of all the export income. But do we have half of anything? Y'all, we don't have a fraction of anything, let alone a half.
Over half of all U.S. exports.
This, whatever group of people that was working to produce this much wealth for America were some hard-working people. Are some hard-working people. See? But y'all, we have too many of our own people that hate us. They love how our enemies have benefited off of us. And so they see that we are the underdog and they despise us. They hate us, like this guy in this video.
60% of the world.
Y'all hear that? 60% of the world's cotton was grown by my grandparents and yours. 60% of the world's cotton. Y'all see why America is the richest country in the world, y'all? And y'all, this was all before the banking system was established in the United States. We were the banking system, y'all. We were the stock exchange. We were the workforce. And this is why I feel so passionately about this. I really do hate black people who talk like this black guy in this video. I hate them. They are monsters to me. They are worse than Esau. Worse. To me, they're worse than Esau. Why? Because in order to get at Esau, you got to get these people out the way. Because if you don't get them out the way, they're going to be the first one to blow the trumpet, sound the alarm, snitch, and everything else. They are the most dangerous enemy we have. Yeah, the most dangerous enemy we have are black folk that think like this. They are way more dangerous than Esau. You can't even sneak up on Esau with people like this in your house, in your family, in your community. You can't even sneak up on them because they're going to scream. Let me tell you something, y'all. All the insurance companies and banks that we deal with, they are the descendants of our oppressors. I know we need insurance. I get that. I understand that. Nobody's saying we don't need insurance, but I'm just letting you know who we paying insurance premiums to. I mean, not premiums to, but payments to. All of them come from our enemies, y'all. There would not be an insurance company in the United States if there was not slaves in the United States. So here we are, the people who started their company paying them to insure us. Wow. Wow. We at the bottom of the bottom. This is to the slave system. Now I'm actually, this is the first time actually putting all of this together in one presentation. So and much of the same they still their riches and fortunes and homes still exist today, y'all. It's really amazing to me that black people think that they can live like white people. No, you can't. No, you can't. I don't care how much education. I don't care if you Oprah Winfrey. Let me tell you something, y'all. Oprah Winfrey is not living better than a billionaire that's white. Oprah Winfrey is not living better than a billionaire that's white. She's not, y'all. Get that through your thick skulls. White people are experts in spending money and in making money. Oprah is the first generation that is a billionaire. She ain't got nothing on a Caucasian person that's a billionaire. Nothing. Portion of their wealth came by rent. That's a good point, Pamela Lumpkin. That's a good point, Pamela Lumpkin. I'm glad you caught that. I'm sitting back reading comments now as I'm listening to this play out. It had to be more than 60%. It had to be more than 60%. That's good you caught that. Remember, these people always downplay everything we've done, y'all. So if it's 60%, it probably was more like 90%. Oh, y'all can't hear? Oh, you mean to tell me y'all can't hear? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me get this together here.
This is the first time me actually putting all. This is the first time.
Issachar. No, it's not. See, y'all, I'm going to tell you something. I'm trying to bless the Most High, and I'm going to say thank you to the Most High for whatever back. Yeah, I'm trying. Hold on a second. Bear with me.
It's also very important to note that these same plantation owners and business owners would donate large sums of this wealth in order to train their children and the next generation on containing the wealth. For example, Harvard. Harvard was built due to large amounts of money given by Isaac Royal, a plantation owner in the Caribbean islands of Antigua, who made a massive fortune off of his many sugar plantations. Yale was able to build its famous library and establish its prestigious scholarship program. Princeton. By the mid-1700s, many of its students were sons of plantation owners. Brown University, named after the famous slave owner banker, the Brown brothers. A large portion of this campus was built with slave labor. And these are just a few of the many institutions that was built with slave money. See, these men would be looked at as great businessmen.
Now look at this, y'all. Look at this. They tell us to put all our money in the bank. They tell us you got to have insurance for every little thing. And then they tell us we got to go to their educational system and get our degrees to get educated. Don't y'all see that that's the way that they're able to manage us, control us, and keep us at the bottom? We should have our own education system. We should be growing our own food. We should have our own insurance companies, and we should have our own ways of making money. When I say making money, even if it's bartering by trading things. But we can't get away from none of that stuff. We love their money. We love their education. We love their foods. We love their insurance companies, and we love their banks, and we love their religion. It's no way you're going to be able to get free. You cannot get free and serve the Most High if you're doing all those things. You're doing too much. You're doing way too much.
But in actuality, they were securing the wealth of their future by training and educating the next generation that would take over their plantations and their businesses, and even become government officials responsible for creating laws, regulations, and policies that would keep blacks fighting for human rights and access to this stolen wealth for decades. For decades after slavery, blacks have fought against unequal education, which is a sure way of ensuring wealth disparities. We fought
Now, look at this, y'all. Blacks were fighting for what? Blacks were fighting for education rights. Watch this.
businesses, and even become government officials responsible for creating laws, regulations, and policies that would keep blacks fighting for human rights and access to this stolen wealth for decades. For decades after slavery, blacks have fought against unequal education, which is a sure way of ensuring wealth disparities. We fought grandfather.
We're fighting for unequal education. You know what that implies? That implies that if we let our enemies educate us, they're going to make us equal. No, it's still going to be unequal education. You never sit down and let your enemy educate you and your children. You never supposed to do that. You never let your enemies educate your children. They're going to make them an enemy of your people. You never do that, y'all. You don't do that kind of stuff. You don't see them bringing their children to our schools. First of all, we don't have any, and they let us educate them, but we take ours and let them educate them. And we think their education is what leads to wealth. No, what led to their wealth is them enslaving us. That's what led to their wealth, not their education. Are you serious?
Causes to prevent us from affecting government in ways that could transfer wealth. Land grants, free land issued from the government that blacks were restricted from. The black codes, housing restrictions, redlining and FBA guarantee loans, predatory bank lending, convict leasing, which utilized black labor but does not transfer the wealth. I wish that I could say that this wealth disparity in America was isolated only in America, but it's not.
All the wealth that was generated that helped to make Britain great, so-called, the British Empire, all of this came from enslavement and colonialism and ill-gotten gains. And it links to this modern discussion around inequality and the huge gap between the nations, not only in terms of Britain and Europe, but also the rest of the world, and in particular, Africa and the Caribbean.
The truth is, this is the same scenario across every colonized land. Today, as a people, we fight for the Confederate flags to come down. We even fight for people to stop using the word nip. Right. Or other forms of bigotry to not be used. But we've been duped into believing that it's absolutely foolish to continue to fight for reparations. Many of us don't recognize the direct ties between the past and the wealth.
I don't think it's foolish to fight for reparations, but I do think it's foolish to think that your enemies can pay you back for everything that you've ever been through. They can't do it. They can't do it. And that doesn't mean that I don't want reparations. I don't have no problem with reparations. If you're going to give it to me, that's fine. But I'm not going to look at it as reparation. I'm going to look at it as a down payment. See, I'm going to look at it as down payment, not reparations. I'm going to look at it as a little appetizer. That's all. The Most High is going to squeeze everything out of those people that we deserve. And when he does that, I will call it reparation. But I'm not going to let you choose what you're going to give me, how much you're going to give me, and when you're going to give it to me. And then I'm going to let you call it reparation and I'm going to accept it. No, As reparation, now I'm going to accept it, but I'm not going to accept it as no reparation. I'm going to accept it as an admission of guilt. They cannot pay for the things that let me tell you something. If they gave us the whole planet with all the nations on it and all the resources on it, it wouldn't be enough to pay us back. It wouldn't be enough. If they sacrificed all their lives for us, it would not be enough, y'all. They can't pay us back. That's why the Most High is going to take care of some things. They cannot pay us back. All they could do is give us little tokens. If they gave all of us $1 trillion each, it wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough, y'all. And that's one of the things that scare me about these reparation people. A lot of these reparation people, the price is way too low. They don't really know how valuable we are as a people. And that's why I don't like a lot of these reparation talks and stuff in groups. They want to sell us out for, some crumbs.
Carried into today. Our ancestors were forced to invest in this economy without ever receiving a return. Unlike Jews, reparations were never paid to slaves or their descendants to help balance out this unjustified wealth. But understand that the reason our ancestors were enslaved was not for the purpose of being able to call us right. It was not even for the purpose of being able to raise a slave flag. No, all of the killing, the torturing, dehumanizing, inhumane treatment all boiled down to one reason: wealth.
For a long time, although the effects of what they did have lasted a long time, but they're gone. So in fact, they're dealing with God at this point. So we have to avoid also, I think, in this day and age, blacks in particular have to be careful not to weaponize the shame and guilt that whites might be feeling as a result.
You hear this fool? You hear what this fool said? Us weaponizing guilt. These people sick dogs on us, fed us to alligators, pulled us apart by 2 horses. And he's talking about here, sitting up here talking about weaponizing guilt. Wow. Y'all see how wicked this man is? He is a wicked little demon. This guy is a demon. He's worse than Esau, y'all. I know it don't sound right. I know it don't sound right. But trust me, this guy is way worse than Esau. This guy is worse than Esau. This guy's way worse than Esau. He's worried about us weaponizing guilt. He's not worried about us weaponizing M16s, 9mm, rocket launchers, cannons. He's not worried about us weaponizing that kind of stuff. He worried about us weaponizing an emotion. Huh? He don't want white people to be too guilty. That's his worst concern about white people. She should have flushed him down the toilet. I'm going to tell you that. And I don't even believe in abortion.
Because many whites are devastated by it, would not support it, doesn't support it.
Whites are devastated by guilt? My God. Y'all, let me tell you something, y'all. If you got a black person on your side thinking like this, y'all, you in big trouble. If you got a black person on your team, and this is where he's at in his head, you're never going to defeat any enemy. You can't. You got to neutralize this person. You got to neutralize this person and make an example of them. Y'all, you're not going to win. If you got an enemy on your team, you can't win against any external enemy. You can't. You are a loser. The Most High is not going to bless you if you don't identify the wicked people that's in your family. You're not. These people going to always keep you in the hole. If you got a person like this in your community, your family, and they think like this guy, y'all, this is the worst type of Christian you could imagine. Way worse than Esau. Way worse.
And we shouldn't take advantage, blacks shouldn't take advantage of their feelings. And
You hear him? Blacks shouldn't take advantage of their feelings. They took advantage of our souls, our lives. And he said we shouldn't take advantage of their feelings. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand how demonic this man is. He is a demon. He's the worst sort. If I had to pick between him and Esau, which one I'm going to get rid of first? It's going to be him. It's going to be him. It's not going to be Esau. Because see, if you get rid of Esau, guess who you're going to have to deal with? You're going to have to deal with him. But if Esau see you taking care of one of these guys like this, they're going to fall back. They're going to be like, wait a minute. Look what he did to his own people. Now, that was defending me. So if he did this to a guy that looked like himself that defends me, what is he going to do to me? I don't stand a chance. I'm telling you, y'all, I'm trying to teach y'all something. We think that, and this is one of the things that I don't like about Hebrew Israelites. They put way too much emphasis on the Esau's on the outside. But the Esau's on the inside, they don't even care. They just point to the chart, 12 tribes chart, and say, hey, you from the tribe of Judah. They don't do no background check on these people. They don't see where these people are spiritually. They just open their arms and embrace it. You a Mexican? Oh yeah, you are people. There was a Hispanic guy that I baptized some years ago. There's a Hispanic guy I baptized some years ago. And he was following me on the internet for many, many years. And after I became an Israelite and I told him that all the other tribes in Israel is going to have to bow down to Judah, that's when he cut me off. That let me know he wasn't really feeling Israel. Yeah, he was talking all that Israel stuff and all that. But guess what? When I told him that all the other tribes gonna have to bow down to Judah, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. That was the deal breaker. I don't accept all black people. I don't accept all Mexicans. I don't accept all Haitians. I don't accept all Native Americans. I'm gonna know. I know what tests to give you to see if you really about that life. I know what stuff to ask you to see if you really about that life. See, let me tell y'all something, y'all. A lot of black people are not down with you. They more down with the bag of crumbs that they can get from white daddy, the biscuits, the butter biscuits that they can get with white daddy. They more down for that than they are down for their people. I'm always Larry Elder. Yeah, exactly. Exact. Don't he sound like Larry Elder? Y'all, I'm telling you, the most dangerous threat that we have today is not Esau. It's that Edomite Israelite. That's the most dangerous persons that we have in the world today are Edomite Israelites. That's what I'm going to call them, Edomite Israelites. I be watching these people like Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner. Everybody that was all in for the cause, she had them turn around and kill the ones who wanted to go back home because they the same ones who called the wolves on you. Hello. You got it, Pamela. You got it, Pamela Lumpkins. You got to deal with these demons that's right in your house. You got to. See, right now we're living in a time of grace. You plead with them. You reason with them. You pray for them. You fast for them. And you just keep, because right now we ain't supposed to be killing nobody. Okay, I get it. Let the wheat and tear grow together. But guess what? That wheat and tear time is going to be over, and it's going to be harvest time. That's what they never talk about. They never mention that. See. Y'all, I know what the camps are telling us. The most dangerous people in our life today is Edom. No, it's not. That's a lie from the pit of hell. The most dangerous people in our life today are those Israelite Edomites. That's the most dangerous. They way more dangerous. Y'all need to read Judges chapter 7. Y'all really need to go back and read Judges chapter 7. And I got a study on my channel on Judges chapter 7 about Achan. You can't stand the Most High said he's not going to let the nation of Israel stand before their enemies if there are any people in the nation that are enemies. He said he won't even give us victory. He's going to let all our external enemies defeat us if we don't take care of the internal enemies. So you might think I'm just blowing smoke and just making up stuff. No. Right now, since we're not able to neutralize these people physically, we need to neutralize them spiritually. No, you can't come over my house. No, I don't want you visiting me. No, I don't even want to speak to you. I don't even want to talk to you. These people need to be sidelined. They need to be shunned. They need to become the pariahs that they are. They need to be treated like pariahs.
Use it against them. Use it to extract more gifts, if you would.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know where to start or begin with this.
This guy's bad.
But let me just say this, is that, he sounds like a person that when Israel was leaving Egypt the first time, he probably would have stayed and would have probably felt kind of bad for the Egyptians.
This Issachar guy, he's way nicer than I am, y'all. He's way, 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 way nicer. He way nicer than I am. He way nicer than I am. Because this guy, I don't know if Issachar, the guy who has this YouTube channel, I don't know if he really understands how much a threat this guy is. Or maybe Issachar is just a mild-spirited person. But I'm not no mild-spirited person. Okay? If I saw this guy, I wouldn't even look him in the face. I would act like he didn't even exist.
You know, because, you know, after all, not all the Egyptians were bad to us. Some of them actually treated us nice. And you know what? I wouldn't doubt it at all. I mean, you know, we get this mindset, if you will, when we think about
I want y'all to hear this guy.
Israel, just in all the films and stuff we've seen, you know, about Israel.
See, a lot of our parents, y'all, a lot of our parents who are baby boomers, they think the same way this guy thinks. And I can't wait till that generation just dies off. I really can't. I'll be glad when they just die off. They got their affirmative action stuff and they ready to throw us under the bus. They got their government set asides in the 70s and the 80s, and they don't give a damn about us. I'd be glad when they die. I really do. These people are sickening. They got their pension, their social security, and they ready to throw us under the bus. Okay. What time she gotta go? 10:30. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back by then. Yeah, because I'm gonna get out of here soon. Trying to find a place where they talking again. And the Caucasian guy would interview a coon like this guy. They would pick somebody like him to interview. They wouldn't pick nobody like me. Because I'll be on there, boy. They'd be like, man, this guy, this guy is a beast. He got an axe to grind. You damn right I got an axe to grind. And after I get through grinding it, your head's coming off. It's gonna be an execution up in here. Okay, I think I done found it. Wow, I cannot believe this.
Like, who was wronged, and who committed that wrong, then we end up multiplying victims.
Multiple other.
Like in trying to make a wrong, we actually produce more
wrong.
More wrong.
Yeah.
That's huge. So how do you feel like
this is so crazy, y'all. This is so crazy. Let's see here. Trying to go back a little bit. Okay, I think I got it now.
It's you're basically repenting for what you did, or you're just paying back. See, the Most High doesn't play when it comes to his people. We talked just a moment ago about Egypt and what took place in Egypt. That was almost like a forced offering, if you will, because those people had to get paid for what they did. And so likewise, when we leave or depart out of this modern Egypt, it's going to happen again. And so that's what that is. So yeah, it's really something here. So let's get back. I know I'm doing a lot of talking here, but let's go ahead and get back.
And what they shared.
That's huge. So you're saying that if we try to make something right from the past, whether we're talking about slavery or lynching or even segregation, and can't clearly identify like who was wronged and who committed that wrong, then we end up multiplying victims.
Multiple other.
Wow. I can't believe it.
Trying to make a wrong, we actually produce more
wrong.
More wrong.
Yes.
That's huge. So how do you feel like in light of that?
Wow. See, this is why Caucasian people love interviewing these people. They love interviewing these little coon nigga baby boomers. They love these little niggas. They love these TD Jakes and Clefthroat Dollar, and they love these little niggas. These people are our worst enemies, y'all. They're our most virulent, noxious, diabolical enemies. Y'all see how my message is different than Hebrew Israelites? I don't put emphasis on Esau right now. As long as we got people breathing among us that think like this, I'm not thinking about no Esau. I'm not thinking about Esau at all. We got to get rid of the cause, the buffer between Esau and us. And that's these little niggas here, these little nigglets. So Hebrew Israelites, they focus on Esau. Me, I have a real problem with these niggas. These ninjas, I'm going to say ninjas. I have a problem with them, y'all. I pray at night that the Most High would just strangle them in their sleep. I don't care who they are. In my family, outside my family, I don't give a damn. Your family, I don't care. These niggas are stopping everything. They keeping us from repenting. They become our pastors. They become our politicians. They become our civic leaders. These niggas are dangerous.
Like the gospel is an antidote to that.
Well, basically, God calls on believers to have a forgiving heart. So for blacks to hold any hatred or animosity towards whites in general for slavery would be a sin. That would be wrong. So
you see what he said? For blacks to have any animosity towards people that slaved them and go away free, he said that's where the sin is. Not how they treated us. No, it don't matter how they treat us and how they still treat us. That don't matter. The sin is us not accepting. See, this guy got a white pastor if he's not, or he in a white conference if he is a pastor. This guy hates black people. He hates us, y'all. And I'm going to tell you something. I hate his type. I hate him. So if y'all want to know, not that anybody asked, but if y'all want to know what I hate, I'm going to tell you. You're looking at it right here. I hate this kind of stuff right here. I hate this more than I hate Esau. And the reason why I hate this more than I hate Esau,
is because he's standing in the way. He's the buffer. He's protecting Esau. That's why I hate him more. And once he's out the way, it's going to be a straight up battle between me and Esau, us and Esau. So I don't want y'all to go away thinking that, oh, he hate black people. Now, stop it. Stop. Don't be simple. And don't spin what I say. I'm telling you what type of black people I hate. And it's this one right here. I hate this type of black person. I hate them. I pray at night that the whole earth open up and swallow their whole house with them and their family and their dog in it, just like in Judges chapter 7. Y'all, I'm trying to hold back and being too graphic, but I'm just saying.
We have to avoid that. We have to suppress those feelings and understand that God calls us to love everybody, even our enemies, although whites are not our enemies these days.
I'm gonna show you guys this chart real quick. And
boy,
I know
I'm
sure
too
some
much.
of y'all have seen this.
He's saying that Caucasians are not our enemies. See, this guy's about to get his pension if he's not already getting it, his Social Security. He got a nice savings account. And he said, to hell with you niggas. We got to love them. I mean, after all, I did get my pension. I did get my Social Security. I did get my retirement. White people have accepted me in their neighborhood. They allowed my children to go to their schools. So to hell with the rest of you niggas. I'm getting closer to the grave anyway, so I don't give a damn. Well, I feel the same way about him.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, this chart really needs to be updated because there have been things that have been added to these reparation payouts since the time that this chart, which has been around for some time, has come out. But let's just kind of go through it real quick, just so you can get an idea. Okay. Now, as I'm reading, I want you to keep in mind something. When I talk about these, when I mention these dollar amounts, these aren't programs that are being given out. These aren't.
That's funny, P. Holmes. You say he looked like one of the GM plant retirees from Landon, Michigan. Don't he though? Don't he look like it? He looked like a cookie cutter one of them guys. But this guy is an accountant. He's an accountant. Same thing, same thing, same thing. Same thing. YouTube think they slick. Why?
Government programs or anything of that nature that's being given out. This is actual money, cash, that's being distributed to these different people groups. Okay. And I'll just stick to mainly the United States, and it has Austria in here, but yeah, I guess Austria, you can kind of count them, but because of who they gave that reparation payout to. But anyway, this is 1990 starting.
Look at this chart, y'all.
$1.6 billion or $20,000 each to Japanese Americans. 1990 in Austria, 25 million to Holocaust survivors. Jewish claims on Austria. 1988 Canada, 250,000 square miles of land they gave to Eskimos and Indians. Canada also gave out $230 million to Japanese Canadians. In 86, they gave 32 million based on the 1839 treaty, Ottawas of Michigan. 1985, is that 1985? Okay, USA, 31 million to the Chippewas, Wisconsin. Chippewas, I hope I'm saying that right. 1985, USA, 12.3 million to the Seminoles of Florida. 1985, USA, 105 million to the Sioux of South Dakota. 1980, USA, 81 million, and it's another Native American group. 1971, USA, $1 billion plus 44 million acres of land to Alaska Natives land settlement. 1952, Germany, $822 million to Holocaust survivors, German Jewish settlement. And they said 1965, or rather 1865 to present, USA, slavery and Jim Crow era, 0 when it comes to us, so-called black folks. And
so there you have it, y'all. There you have it. Trying to show real likes and views and hold comments on sodomites. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to stop by this morning just to let you know, I'm not trying to sow hate, y'all. I'm not trying to sow hate. But y'all, we have real enemies, y'all. We really do have real enemies. And we can't be treating our enemies like our friends. The Bible does say, love your enemies. Do good to them that despitefully use you and say all manner of evil against you. It does say that. But y'all, there has to be a line. Read Judges chapter 7. There has to be a line. You can't treat all your enemies the same way. All your enemies are not the same. You're going to have different levels of enemies. You're really going to have that. But anyway, I'm going to have to get out of here, y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. You know, I hate I started off in the morning with something so severe. But this is on my heart. When I saw this, I just wanted to vomit. The Steve Harvey stuff and all this stuff with Kamala Harris and Cory Booker and all of that. It's like, man, and Roland Martin and it's just, man, it's just crazy. All this DOS stuff. Y'all, we got enemies right in our house. I don't know why we focus on white folks so much. One of the things that's kept us subjugated more than anything else is these enemies that's right in our house. I mean, read the Bible, y'all. Look at Matthew chapter 10, verse 36 and 37. Luke 14, 26. Joshua chapter 7, verse 1. Joshua chapter 7, the whole chapter. Look at that, y'all. Okay, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. I got another appointment. Y'all take it easy. I didn't mean to be too rough, y'all. Yeah, this bothers me, y'all. It really do. And I have to pray about this stuff because I don't like getting too angry. But it really bothers me, y'all. Oh, it makes me sick to my stomach. And let me stop talking about this. So I need to go on to something else. Sing some praises to the Most High so I could get out of this mode I'm in. But anyway, y'all take it easy. This is Prophet Rohei Nabi, family prophet to the angel of the church, to the Laodiceans, to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the world. You all have a wonderful day. May the Most High bless you and your families 1,000-fold. Shalom.